What if you don't believe in past lives? I mean, you know.
You don't have to believe in past lives if you understand genetics, genetic coding, and how we inherit our genetics from our ancestors.
Right.
You have ancestors, correct?
Yeah, I think I must.
Yes, right?
I'm sure they're
so
somewhere.
that's how we, but what I've found is that a lot of our ancestral history we don't cognitively know about.
Uh-huh.
And especially the stuff that didn't look pretty.
Like what? Give me an example of that.
Maybe an eccentric in your family, or someone who had a mental illness, or
Right.
maybe an addiction.
Okay, so if something like that is in my family, then...
But nobody talked about it. It was secret.
Right, so how does that affect me then?
It's in your cellular memory, and it's showing up as a behavior.
Oh, so I have to maybe use my imagination and say, oh yeah, there was some kind of mental illness in my family, or some kind of addiction.
That's cognitive.
Okay, so what do I do then?
Well, we are just going to investigate. For example, maybe you're lacking in abundance.
Okay.
Or you
let's
feel
say.
like you're lacking in abundance.
Okay, that's good, yes.
It's a perception.
Yes.
So we're going to investigate where that originated.
Okay.
So let's just say we just investigate it in this lifetime in the birth.
Right.
Okay? So hypothetically, let's just say that your parents were feeling like they didn't have enough money to bring a child in.
That's probably true.
See? So then we look at that. You're telling me all this, by
I
the
know,
way.
I actually did tell you that in my session.
You did? Okay.
think I did.
Maybe that's why I remember that.
Right. No, so I felt, so then I come into the world thinking, oh, there's not enough.
Right.
And by re-experiencing those feelings,
That don't belong to you
because it belonged to my
because
parents,
you were unconscious,
and it was placed on me,
unknowingly.
unknowing, but I've taken it on.
Yes.
I can let it go because suddenly I'm aware of where that's from, and boom,
Yes.
I have $1 million in the bank.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do
No,
that.
I get that. Yeah. No, I want to do that. I mean, it's true.
It is true.
So, so that's the way it worked. Now, tell me how this developed with your teacher, Norman Sheely, who's a medical intuitive, right?
Norm works with Carolyn
wait.
Meese.
Yes, Carolyn's a medical intuitive.
Yes. They partner up a lot and do a lot of workshops
Yes. So
together.
tell me the history of this.
Norm is the founding father of the American Holistic Foundation, and he created Holos University Graduate Seminary,
You could talk to them.
where I went to school to get my graduate degree in energy medicine, transpersonal psychology.
And then how did he develop this process? How did he develop, Norm Sheely develop this?
He wanted an accredited system that was not governed by our environment or the federal agents, so he created a seminary to teach energy medicine and transpersonal psychology.
Okay. And then this work about the subconscious came out.
Well, one of his good friends is the person that I trained with. I am a certified past life therapy instructor by Dr. Morris Netherton, PhD Psych.
Okay.
And he was one of his professors at the university.
So the subconscious, and you're saying keeps track of all our lives?
Yes.
I mean, that's the soul. I would call that the soul.
Yes.
And we accumulate patterns in those lives, right?
Yes.
And then, so they're deep. So talk about the layering that happens in this work.
It's very, very layered. It can go back, millions of years,
Really?
really.
And we can access that?
Yes.
But how?
Through your unconscious. Your unconscious is always present. Within 30 seconds, your unconsciousness is accessible.
So by using my imagination, or what we think is imagination, we can access the subconscious. So if you respond, you say, okay, what happened 1 million years ago to this?
No, I do not do that.
Oh, you don't?
I do not project.
Okay.
You have the information that you want to bring up to the conscious level.
So if you ask me what happened 1 million years, my subconscious or my soul memory can access that.
Yes.
And it's usually not something I'm making up, something I sort of imagine, but...
It looks like a trailer,
right.
like you see a movie, or maybe it's a snapshot. And a lot of times people are hesitant to give me information.
Because they think they're making it up.
Yes.
But it's really their
It's real.
subconscious. So trust your subconscious because
Yes.
it's true. Could you then, since time doesn't really exist in a linear form, could you project into the future? Could someone say that? Or
Absolutely.
They just work because we are eternal, forever beings.
Yes.
So all of the history exists right here, right?
Right now.
So how do we become the most present, the most conscious, most aware being we can be?
Well, I have some basic takeaways.
Tell me. Give
That-
those guys some takeaways.
Well, we need oxygen, and most of us are not breathing correctly. So if we begin to have an awareness of how we're breathing, that's really important. And if you would like to contact me on my website, I can give you a free audio. Water. We need more water. We're more than 70% water, just like Mother Earth.
Okay.
Most of us are not drinking enough water. You cannot count coffee, energy drinks, or any of those other things. We need real water,
You mean real old-fashioned water?
real old-fashioned water.
Okay, breathing, air, water, those are basic.
Yes.
And,
I'll give you one more.
yes.
When a person is under stress, according to Dr. Norman Shealy, the first mineral that leaves our body is magnesium.
Oh.
The quickest way to get it back into our body is transdermally or through the skin.
So how do we take that?
Epsom salt soaks,
Oh, really?
or magnesium lotion.
Epsom salt. Soaking in Epsom salt will give us magnesium.
Absolutely.
So if someone's been severely traumatized, and why does that demineralize them? Because the constriction in the body takes
Well,
the
that's a
magnesium?
biological effect of the stress.
Oh, I
The
see.
fight or flight.
Because
experience?
stress is actually a chemistry, a physiological chemistry, and that
Cortisol and yes.
Right, and cortisol probably eats up the more magnesium in the body, so we become magnesium depleted, which then puts the body in more stress.
Exactly.
Because we're minerally depleted, so we need to feed the minerals. That's why Epsom salts are so relaxing, probably.
Yes.
So you say pretty much, yeah, if everyone is stressed, then we're not really living in a functional society.
Right.
So your work is key to repatterning the culture.
Well, I would like to think so.
Okay. No, it is. I think it is. So you see people all the time in your course, and how many people do you see, like, in a week or something? Or
Well,
they
I
just
don't
got-
take more than 3 clients a day. Sessions, I allow 2 hours per session,
Oh, I see.
just because I don't know how long it's going to take each individual.
And how many sessions would it take to go back? I mean, because if it's layer after layer, how many sessions would we then have to do to get? I mean, it's infinite. If you talk about lifetimes,
Well, each person is unique.
Right.
Again, I would recommend to commit to at least 5
okay.
sessions to see, and then do a reassessment. Now, children, I work with children, 1 to 2 sessions.
How do you work with children?
Most of my clients are over the phone or Skype.
Right, but what is different about working with children than adults?
They don't have, some of them don't have as many layers, so they're very open to accessing the unconscious mind immediately and changing the pattern of behavior.
But I think there must be a way to do this with myself. I mean, for people to do it with themselves somehow. If I ask myself, okay, what's stressing me out?
I would like to hope so.
And then thinking about, okay, what's the belief behind that stress? You know? If I think that, I need to, stay up till 1 in the morning to finish everything, because if I don't finish everything, I won't have accomplished anything. That's a stress. That's a real stress. And that's a belief based on that, I can never do enough. And where did I get that belief?
Where did you get it from?
I probably got that from my father.
Exactly.
Because he was a workaholic.
Right.
And why was he a workaholic? Well, who knows. But I got it from him. It's his fault. It's
Well,
always
no, we
someone
don't
else.
blame, okay?
Oh, come on. Can't I blame
No,
somebody?
because they don't know that
No.
I feel like we choose our parents
Yeah, we do.
for these lessons.
Okay.
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 So that removes the blame.
Okay, no, it's not his fault. He did what he thought he had to do.
Right.
But that's not me. I got that from. So if I have that belief that, I can't do enough, then
Then you now are aware of it,
then
then use some way to eliminate it.
but you would say in the session, you say, okay, you have the belief that you can't do enough, makes you feel more alive.
In order to feel alive, I need to do more.
Yes. Yes.
Do you want to keep that?
No, I do not.
Then let's release it.
So be it. Okay.
So it may take a few seconds or minutes to actually
I do
focus
feel
on
a
it.
release.
But honestly, this is a simple process, but
Yeah.
it's not easy. You
It's
have to
not.
focus.
I have to focus. And then, so would you say that again? What did you just say to me? Because I think that's really important. In order to feel more alive.
In order to feel alive,
Right.
I need to do more.
Right.
Is that true?
That's true.
Do you want to keep it?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when I say, I feel actually a letting go.
Yeah.
I actually feel
Well, you have to let it go. I mean, if you keep holding on to it,
I
you're
don't
going to
want
keep
to
doing
keep
that.
it. No, I don't want to keep it. And I got that because I just observed it and thought that's how you had to be.
Right.
But just by releasing that, actually, I feel like stress
Going away.
going away.
I believe in triaging, and I don't believe this is the only way you can do it.
Right. What does triaging mean?
Just, drinking more water.
Right.
Maybe seeing a neurochiropractic.
Uh-huh.
Maybe working with a massage therapist. All of those things have to do with cellular memory.
But it's cellular and emotional memory, right?
Well, emotion is in the cells.
The emotion is kept in the cells. So because, I did feel a release of breath that cleared some lung patterns in my system. So, great. No, I feel better. So if people can take that away from them, take with them from watching this program, you would say what exactly?
I would say I think you should investigate the resolution experience because it works. The people that I've trained with have seen everything healed. Does that mean everything is going to be healed? I don't know. It might be karmic. It might be that you're still learning lessons, but you should try.
But I would also say, look at your beliefs, look at your stress, go back to why you think you have that, and see if they're true.
Yes.
I mean,
But you've had a session with me. You kind of know how it works.
yeah, I do. But I do.
Yeah.
And but I think people need to be self-starters too in some ways to see that a lot of their behavior is not from their own doing, that there's something they picked up. I mean, they're responsible for it. Now I was
Right.
responsible for feeling that way,
Right.
but
But it doesn't belong to you.
it doesn't, and it wasn't even a conscious thing. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Whole thing is it was unconscious.
That's what I'm trying to get people
Yeah.
to realize, that it's not conscious.
Not
What
conscious.
is affecting a majority of their lives is not in their
Exactly.
present
That is the
conscious.
message.
And you say most people are walking around shocked.
Yes. They're walking around playing out unwanted behaviors that are unconsciously playing out in their life.
Uh-huh. And it's keeping them stuck. It's keeping them unhappy and miserable and in
Lower frequency.
lower frequency. So are you doing this for yourself? I mean, how do you
I've
work with
processed
this?
probably about 45 lifetimes.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. So,
Well, that's good. I guess it's good because I want to be clear enough to help others. So that's my whole purpose.
so are you happy?
I'm very happy.
I mean, do you still find stuff coming up for you?
Well, periodically, yeah, we're human.
Right.
Yeah.
But are you ever like completely clear? Do you ever say, okay, I've got it, done it? But I mean, there are enlightened beings out there.
Yes, I
I'm not
have
saying
that
maybe
a lot.
you're one of them.
Well, everyone's, I would hope, is striving to do that.
Well, I think
yes,
they
I have a
are.
lot of those moments.
You do. And what do they look like for people who haven't had those moments?
You have to live in the present moment now.
Totally present.
Totally present, every moment. And so maybe that in the beginning is only a few seconds. Maybe it is now expanded to maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Maybe you've expanded it now through practicing to 10 minutes. And so the whole object is to work on the expansion of living in the now moment,
Presence.
present.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Wait, so your website again is?
New Human,
Tell them.
New Human Resolution.
NewHumanResolution.com.
Yes,
And you're Susan Davis.
I am Susan Davis.
And you're located in Florida, pretty much.
I live in Florida. 98% of my clients are over the phone or Skype.
Okay. Well, we'll do another session. I'll report back to see how I'm doing. And
That'll be
I
awesome.
think it's great to meet you. And thanks for just these little things. And I think if people can take something away with them, to be more conscious of their
Unconscious.
behavior and their behavior. It's about being happier here. It's about loving your life, loving everything. And if something's not working, then it's created unconsciously. I think
Exactly.
that's the message I really get from your work.
That is the message.
If something's not working in your life, for whatever reason you have a complaint about it, it's some unconscious behavior. So, been talking to Susan Davis. I'm Alan Steinfeld for New Realities. If you want to reach me, go to my website, newrealities.com. And you can also email me at newrealities@earthlink.net. And I'm open to suggestions, ideas, other guests. Oh, also, I'm on YouTube at youtube.com/newrealities. And you can also see me, of course, on Time Warner Cable in Manhattan. Spirit Channel 3 on MNN, the MNN channels. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.